What is going on, my hustle?
Woo! Baby! Yes! Yes! Cheers. In a game of butt cheeks, old middle school football team could scheme a better offense than Adam Gase. What's going on, guys? So, we are officially back at that time of year again. It is time for Broncos recaps. It's time for Broncos game previews. We're doing the preview today, and we're finally back. The 2022 season is here, and man, do we have reasons to be excited. We had a phenomenal offseason, obviously all the upgrades, getting Russell Wilson, a new coaching staff with a new philosophy in mind. We have new stability in the front office. We have a brand new owner who is investing a lot in the team. And we are starting off our year on the road, Monday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks. And I am going to be sporting 58 today, Von Miller, who had a really good showing in the season opener as a Buffalo Bill against the LA Rams. Still love you, Von. So I'm going to be repping him today, but the Broncos are going to be playing the Seattle Seahawks, and obviously we know what the main headline is. Russell Wilson going home against his former team in a revenge game on the road. And just a couple days ago, we had the huge ESPN article that came out kind of detailing the ugly divorce that started to take place between Russ and the Seahawks, dating back to, honestly, the 2018 NFL Draft. Now, I think I can make a video about that at a later date. I'm kind of going to see how this season develops for both Denver and Seattle. But for now, let's just focus on the game preview. That's why we're here. So, obviously, let's talk about what we expect. Do we expect the Broncos to win this game? I personally do. I think the Broncos are the better team. They should win this game. They obviously have the better quarterback. The Seahawks are rolling with Geno Smith. I think the Broncos have the better overall rosters compared to Seattle. And here's the thing. But with Seattle, one thing I noticed a lot, now granted it is the preseason, but I did notice their offense ran a little differently when they were playing with Geno as opposed to when they were playing with, say, Drew Lock. See, with Geno, Pete seems a lot more comfortable running that just standard, ground and pound style that he's famous for. He likes running the ball a lot. That's who Pete Carroll is. He likes to run the ball a lot. And with Geno, he seems more comfortable doing that, kind of limiting Geno more in the short range game. Doesn't really like Geno throwing the ball a lot. Whereas with Drew, they kind of just let him throw all over the yard. And obviously, you could point, they have Tyler Lockett, they got DK Metcalf, they do have Noah Fant, who they got from our trade with the Wilson trade. And here's the thing, they have talent. It's not like that the Hawks are bereft of talent. It's just that they aren't utilizing the talent in the proper system. And if I'm Denver, here's how I'm beating Seattle. I'm going to just stack the box like crazy. I'm going to blitz that front four. I'm going to make sure that, Seattle can't really get much room rushing. And then I'm going to just match up my guys in press man coverage. And I'm going to just say, okay, I know you don't want to throw deep. We're going to force you to throw deep. We got Pat Surtain. We got Ronald Darby. We got Quan Williams. We got Jace, Justin Simmons. We got K-Jack, Kareem Jackson. We throw Caden Stearns in rotation. I am fine with stopping the run and forcing them to beat us deep. That's what I want. And Jero Evero likes to blitz, and he likes to blitz a lot. Now, obviously, there are some guys coming off with the PUP in the injury list. I am interested to see how Randy Gregory and Bradley Chubb mesh on the edge together. I expect to see a lot of reps of Baron Browning in there. He really looked good in the preseason. Jonas Griffith said he should be back in time to play, which is good news for Denver because that adds to the linebacking core. I think Josie Jewell is going to be ready to go, which is great. He's one of our best run defenders. I'm excited to see what DJ Jones is going to look like on the front. Draymond Jones. This defense should be able to really get a nice eating. They'd be able to eat against the Seattle offense. I really do like what we're going to roll out there. And offensively, obviously, this is what we want to see. We want to see the deep ball with Russ. We want to see him throwing it out there with KJ Hamler, Jerry Jeudy. You got Cortland Sutton out there. You have a lot of great players that you want to use. Now, here's the thing. This could be a little slow to start, simply because it's week one. We're still working out the kinks. We're still kind of figuring out what our strength is. We're still kind of figuring out what we're good at. And again, the starters didn't play the entire preseason, so this is kind of be their first time all rolling together. And I mean, last night between the Rams and the Bills had 3 or 4 turnovers, and they still won the game. They had 4 turnovers. They still won the game. The Rams had a bunch of turnovers. They were one of the best offenses in the league last year. They were so out of sync and disorganized. This is week one. Everyone's going to look a little sloppy. Again, with starters playing less and less in the preseason, it's kind of expected that teams are going to roll, not exactly looking at 100% to start the game. I think in the second half, you're going to see things start to click a little easier. They're going to click along, and then we're going to see this team really get moving. I expect Russ to play well. I expect this line to execute. I expect that they're going to run the ball very well against this front seven. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're not just going to basically throw Wilson out there and be like, okay, go make some insane throws and go win this game. No, we know it's a Shanahan-inspired offense. And we've seen what this kind of offense can do. You've got Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. You use them. And if Seattle's not going to be able to stop the run, you pound it down their throat. Get Russ out there in the play action. Let him throw it, of course, to keep him honest. But if this means you get to keep the pressure off Russ, you keep them from blitzing a ton, and you just ground and pound with as good a line as we have blocking, I don't care, man. You run it down their throat. You cram it. That's just been the strength of this team for a long time. So that's what I expect from this game. I expect Denver to win it. I do think it'll be maybe a little bit of a slow start in the first quarter, but then we'll see things start rolling along in the second and the third, and then the fourth we'll kind of see that all mesh together. Obviously, this isn't going to be like, the put your stake in the ground game, because Seattle, just if we're being objective, looking at that roster, it's not exactly a killer roster. Obviously, the tougher games come later in the season. We got Kansas City twice. We got the LA Rams. We got the Chargers on the road. So it's going to be a little bit tougher in the back half of our schedule as opposed to the early part. But, I expect Denver to win this game. I expect it to be a very fun game. I'm interested to see how Seattle reacts to Russ at home. I know Seahawks fans have been a little salty about Russ leaving. I don't exactly blame them. I mean, losing your franchise face in a trade, and then you see this ugly article kind of detailing the divorce and him kind of asking to be traded. That's not fun. But whether they'll boo him or not, I have no idea what's going to happen. Monday is just all about getting things going, all right? First time these guys are playing together in live bullets. They didn't play at all in the preseason, so this is going to be their first time we see this team, the starters, in a live bullet action. So this is going to be fun. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We're finally here. The 2022 season is upon us. It kicked off with the Rams and the Bills. It was a fun game. This is going to be a fun week of football. Hopefully we get a hell of a year. Let's do this right. Broncos country. 303. I'll see you guys later. And yes, Broncos country, let's ride.